Race number 5 at Ascot. It is race number 11 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1100 metres, and for mine, this is close to the race of the day. Some horses in very good form. Secret Renova, a winner last start. Gigante's been racing well. Classical Prince returned classy first up. Penella Miss has a very good first up record and trialled well. And Universal Moon also put in a good performance at last start, finishing third at Ascot as well. So some classy gallopers in the race. The replay that we're going to take a look at, though, was the last start winner in Secret Nova. Got to return to those winning stables over the 1200 metres. It was ridden by Jason Brown on that occasion, and that is the replay that we're going to take a look at now.
At the top of the straight, 300 to go. Secret Nova put 2 lengths. King Closet down on the inside, then Lenience. Jez Park flat to the floorboards, followed by King of the Palace. And Reflectance coming down the outside, but Secret Nova with 100 left to go. Nicely clear from Lenience. He keeps it going, Secret Nova, and it's all the way. Secret Nova won by a length to Lenience.
Good to see her back in the winning circle there, as she has had the 13 career starts now for 3 victories and 7 placings. Randy Tam will take the ride, so a bit of weight coming off her back here, meaning she'll carry the 58 kilos. And you look at her track record, 8 attempts, 2 victories and 5 seconds, only finishing outside the top 3 on 1 occasion. She looks very hard to beat here, dropping back to the 1100 metres, dropping in class, and also with that 3 kilo claim. Number 4, Classical Prince, Simon Miller stable, flying at the moment, and this horse almost broke a long drought as well. 443 days now, was just beaten by Kenosha, who had a dream run on that occasion. Draw nicely in barrier 5, as 1 second up before and can certainly improve. The horse that I'm really looking forward to seeing return is number 5, Penella Miss here, the mare by Rocco Gibraltar. She's shown a lot of class, but has had soundness issues at times. The last time she was first up, though, was over 1200 metres. She beat horses including Red Aura, Mr. Motown, Secret Nova and Ripper Red. Those form lines are superior. She trialled very well at beating Grey Enigma by a length last in that trial. Barrier 6 at 57 kilos. A couple of question marks here about the 1100 metres. Maybe too short for her. There's enough speed in this race that I think they can keep it honest, and she'll be the one to beat here. Number 7, Universal Moon, as I said, very impressive last start. Was jumping out of the ground later, was 8th around the bend, finished 3rd, only losing to Kenosha by a length, and commenced awkwardly on that occasion. Barrier 3, a few question marks because she has been a little bit tardy out of the gates, but she's a nice type, and the extra 100 metres is going to suit here. Selection for race number 5, I'm going to tip number 5, Penella Miss. From number 7, Universal Moon, number 1, Secret Nova, and 4, Classical Prince. Race 6 at Ascot, it's Australia, race number 12 for our Singapore viewers. It's a listed event, the Scenic Blast Stakes over the 1200 metres. A small field, but a lot of class in this race. The replay that we're going to take a look at was last start for First Among Equals, finished 2nd behind Lucky Street, and we'll see how this horse attacked the line now.
Top of the home straight, Lucky Street led Jewton, who goes up now to eyeball him. 1.5, Ron's Call, Silver Stream, and here comes First Among Equals with his run. Lucky Street beat off Jewton down to the 100 though. First Among Equals trying to run him down, but Harvey draws the persuader. Lucky Street responds as First Among Equals closes the margin, but didn't get there.
Really good performance there by First Among Equals. There's a couple of question marks when it went into the listed Summer Scorcher there, if it was capable of running against his horses, as showed us with its 2 previous runs. 4th on that occasion in that race behind Shidell, and then last start in the listed Andretti, finishing 2nd behind Lucky Street. That this horse is certainly capable of winning this race, and does look very hard to beat in this race as well. Barrier 6, the 54.5 kilos, and the extra 100 metres should suit. We'll take a look at all the runners, because there is only the 8. Rock Magic has been racing very well, carried the 59 kilos when winning the Group 3 Colonel Reeve, so that's not an issue. Beat Waterman's Bar on that occasion. My only concern, hasn't raced since the 2nd of January and has been scratched a couple of occasions, so we know that soundness has been an issue for this horse at times. My only concern there. Lenience has been very consistent, but I think just a little bit outclassed in this race. Was beaten by Volkov only by a half length last start, and carries a 54.5 here, but would need a step up. Number 4, Rebel King, also hasn't raced since the 2nd of January. Finished 3rd on that occasion behind Shidell. The extra 200 metres may be a question mark without the runs there, but does have a very good performance over the distance. 5 attempts for 2 victories and a 2nd. Has never won at Ascot though. 5 attempts for 3 placings. Clint Johnston Porter gets a ride in a listed race. Number 5, Red Aura. We know the class of this horse. Has had the 12 career starts for 7 victories. It's now won $267,000, and a big sign with William Pite taking the ride, especially considering Silverstream is in the race. So big signs there. Hasn't raced since the Hannons on the 24th of September. No trial going in as well. So maybe a few question marks about the fitness of this galloper, but has shown its class. Will get back and run on strongly. Number 7, Silverstream. This is right up her alley now, going back to the 1200 metres. She was just finding the 1,000 too short. Lucy Warwick takes the ride here, and as I said, I think she can just sit behind them, does have the turn of foot and has to come right in consideration for this race. And number 8, the Dankster, I think will just be outclassed, a little bit like Lenience in this race. Last starter, sweated up, was beaten 8 lengths. That was over the 1400 metres. Has won 3 occasions from 13 attempts over the 1200 metres. I think this field will just have too much class. Selections for race number 6. I'm going to tip number 2, First Among Equals. From number 5, Red Aura. Number 4, Rebel King. And number 7, Silverstream. Race number 7 at Ascot. It's over the 1600 metres. It's Australia race number 13 for our Singapore viewers. And again, a pretty tough race to separate this. Is probably with the race number 5, one of the better races of the day. It was a good victory last start for Muscats at Dawn. Broke a very big drought going into the race. It had 10 attempts at Ascot, placed on 6 occasions, but was yet to win. It was a nail biter in the head. Was able to win by a long head, and that's the replay that we're going to take a look now.
Muscats at Dawn, the first into the stretch. Ominous Warning second from Another Vision, followed then by Dana Wing and Max Almighty. Paris Dream threading her way through into the clear. Silver Romance is coming quickly along the fence, but it's Muscats at Dawn still clear. Paris Dream, sixpence spent. Silver Romance, Muscats at Dawn. Paris Dream, Muscats at Dawn. Muscats at Dawn.
Strong performance there by Muscats at Dawn. Was just be able to relax through the early stages, the head down on the chest, and then attack the line strongly. A really good ride by Aaron Mitchell on that occasion. Drawn nicely again in barrier 5, carries the 56.5 kilos. No reason why this horse can't do the same again, and should be the horse dictating terms in this race. Outside of Muscats at Dawn, some very good runners in here. Number 5, Crystal Gardens, has had no luck at all this campaign. William Pike takes the ride, barrier 4 with the 56 kilos. If she's able to get luck, she'll attack the line strongly and be very hard to beat. Was impressed with Warbrook last start as well. Was beaten 2 lengths in that replay by Muscats at Dawn, but didn't get much clear running. Barrier 2, the 56 kilos. Will need some luck again from that inside, but has shown some class in this prep. Number 9, Paris Dreamer, was the horse that finished second in that race that we took a look at there behind Muscats at Dawn. With a claim to Clint Johnson Porter, does meet it better in the weights. Will only carry 52 from barrier 1. It certainly looks to be a classy mare. And then number 10, Silver Romance, finished third on that occasion. It was the one running on the rail. Lucas Camilleri to ride on this occasion, carrying the 54 kilos, but I was really impressed with how he attacked the line strongly, and I think stepping up in distance will see him improve dramatically, and he is my on-top selection for this race. I'm going to be tipping number 10, Silver Romance, from number 9, Paris Dream, number 1, Muscats at Dawn, and the 5, Crystal Gardens. Race number 8 at Ascot. It's Australia race number 14. It's over the 1400 metres as well, and a pretty competitive way to finish us off for this 8-race card at Ascot. A horse that's been in very good form recently is number 5, Barracky Beats. Finished second 2 starts ago behind Reflectance. Last start was a winner, winning by a half length, and that's the replay that we're going to take a look at now.
And now getting a run towards the inside, Express Dancer at the 300. Barracky Beats led clearly, 2 in front of Faux Shizzle. King of Woo, Express Dancer running on, and then Cougar Knights, but Barracky Beats, although wanting to shift a bit of ground, still clear, passing the 100 from Express Dancer. Here's Paseo del Prado. He's closing the margin at the rate of knots, but the post looms and Barracky Beats holds.
Was a strong performance over the 1500 metres. Was able to jump to the front, lead and hold off all runners. Dropping back to the 1400 metres, certainly an advantage. Ryan Hill just rides this gelding so well by So Secret. Jim Taylor's mentioned numerous times at post-race that he can be a little bit of a handful. We saw that he laid out on that occasion as well, but Ryan Hill does have a very good relationship with him. Just building nicely into a nice horse now. 14 starts for the 4 victories. As I said, I think the 1400 metres, although never winning the distance, will suit and does look very hard to beat. Number 1, Kaliva, will get the 3 kilo claim to Randy Tan, so just the 56 kilos there. Drawn wide, has placed second up before, certainly has to come into consideration. Number 3, Tonto, William Pike to ride here for trainer Lou Luciani. William Pike has a very good record on this galloper. Was able to win on it 2 starts ago over the 2200 metres. It will attack the line strongly, but would rather just wait until it steps up a little bit more in distance as well. Number 7, Civil Rights, is also a horse I think we need to take note of in this race. You take a look at the form lines behind Neverland and also Antique Dream. With a 3 kilo claim to Shelby Botel, will only have to carry the 52, which is going to be a big advantage. I was really impressed at last starter with number 10, Futurism as well. Was in a pretty strong race there with Vengabus. Was beaten 3 lengths on that occasion, finished second, but just attacked the line strongly. Has won second up before as well, and actually meets Barracky Beats 3.5 kilos better for when they raced back in August, and was actually beaten 2.5 lengths on that occasion. So certainly has to come into consideration for this race. And right down the bottom, number 11, Paseo del Prado, was beaten a half length in that replay that we saw, and meets Barracky Beats half a kilo better here as well. should improve from that run, expecting a very good performance. Let's take a look at the selections for the final race of the day. I'm going to tip number 5, Barracky Beats, from number 11, Pasado del Prado, thinking they'll run in the same order again. Number 10, Futurism, and 7, Civil Rights. Time now to take a look at the best bets of the card, and what I will say, I'm expecting Lucy Warwick to win race number 2 and race number 3 comfortably, with Hot Goods and also Blackwood there, but they will be very short. But I think you can pencil them in for victories. Trying to get a little bit more price, I'm going to tip race 1, number 1, Guest Express. I think the form lines here are certainly strong enough. The 1,000-metre suits can lead from start to finish. And race 5, number 5, Penella Miss, trialled well, as I said, has a very good first up record. I think she's got a lot of class about her as well. The only question mark is the 1,100 metres, but I think she can still win this race. Race 1, number 1, race 5, number 5. Do make sure you follow us on social media at Perth Racing on Twitter, Perth Racing on Instagram, and Perth Racing on Facebook as well. There's a lot going on at the moment, and for all of that information, you can visit perthracing.com.au. I'm Adam McGrath. Hopefully found you a couple of winners. Be back again with another edition next week.